welcome to our porch.
Absolutely.
We're at Winfield, and this porch is utilized for so many things. Parties, obviously, but we also have card parties, mahjong. We have children's reading room,
Book club.
So this porch is kind of the heart of our assembly. It's kind of where everybody of every age has some sort of fellowship.
And we have the library, and we love it. It's so important to us.
At any moment of the day, this porch is being utilized. So it's a very special place.
Yes. And if you're not playing tennis, you're on Winfield Porch.
Right. When I was in the 7th grade, and my sister was in the 5th grade, we were up here in the summer, and my sister just left, but she visited this place 35 years ago, and it's still the same. It's so amazing.
It's old-fashioned, it's traditional, and you never have to worry about anything. You come through the gates, and all your cares just fall away. It's just a wonderful place, and your children love it. I'm 7th generation up here, and my children, we've all grown up here, so I love the old-fashionedness of it.
Good. What about you, sir?
Well, I'm new here. I've only been here 3 years, but I started coming 30 years ago, and it's just the greatest place to move back in time and slow down and enjoy life. We just love it.
What do you like, man?
I'm newer than he is, but I love the friendliness of everyone here, and it's a great place for families to gather.
I came here as a bride, not before I married. My engagement was announced in July the 4th, 1949. And I came up here and I had never heard of Monteagle. I thought we were going in the mountains with maybe a log cabin by a stream, maybe no plumbing. I didn't know what to expect. But anyway, I've been coming ever since.
What's your favorite thing about this place? If you had to pick a couple of things out.
My favorite, probably the people. I've met many wonderful people over the years, and I still come every summer for 8 weeks.
Thank you.
Oh, just the people. I mean, every year it's nice to see everybody you haven't seen for a whole year, so it's nice.
How long have you been coming here?
3 years.
Any of you guys been here since you were a kid?
Me. 4th generation.
Yeah.
My grandmother.
Yep.
Her cottage was drawn out on a cocktail napkin, and that was the rest is history. But what I love about Monteagle is that you can walk out your door and you see God's beauty just right there at your fingertips every single morning. You don't have to look; it's just right there.
So, what's your favorite thing, sir?
Yeah, that my kids can run free and enjoy safety and don't have to worry about them, and they just get to be kids like we used to, and it's a great thing. So
what's your thing to do out here?
Well, my favorite thing is the generational connections, and my children are 6th generation, and they love it. They've been on the staff since they were little kids. My wife was on staff, my mother-in-law was on staff, and so being out here, when they were younger, we used to love jumping off waterfalls and doing things, and I don't do that anymore. But overall, it's the generational family camaraderie and love that the mountain gives.
So I've been here a long time. My family's
been here since the very beginning. The Harton family's been here for a long time, and my kids have been here for a long time. And not only have I've grown up here as a child, my great-grandmother, my grandparents, my parents, all my kids have been here. And then as we get older, now we actually live in the community outside the assembly, and we still come back every summer with our kids, and we get to do our everything here. So it's really wonderful. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Well, I'll ask you a question.
Okay. We're sister-in-laws.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So your whole family's here?
Absolutely, yeah.
We come every summer.
Extended family.
How long you guys been coming here?
Since I was a baby.
I'm what they call an outlaw, so I married in, and I've been here 27 years, and only reason I made it was because I had 3 sister-in-laws who sort of embraced me, because there's one boy, and
he loves it just as much.
He does.
And I have 4 boys now, and we live in Los Angeles. Every summer, for their we never spend a summer in Los Angeles. I grew up in Texas, and we made the trek every summer and now I live in Atlanta, and I get to come up all the time.
Okay.
And I married a guy that went to Swanee, so we come up a lot.
Let's go this way. What's your favorite thing to do out here?
Yeah, in Monteagle. Yes. Go walking with friends. Yeah. Let the kids play.
Yeah, the kids just take
Artie
off.
party.
Yes, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Artie party.
Scott Parrish, and I'm the general manager here at the Monteagle Assembly. And
it's a big job. Somebody has to do it.
Well, that's right. But it's a great job managing all the facilities here, the fundraising, membership, and programming. So it's a great place. A lot of history.
What do you like best about Monteagle?
Oh gosh, that's a tough question. I think the beauty of Monteagle is the first thing that I think everybody sees. But being here and I'm a year-round resident, so being here during the season and having 1,000 or so friends come for a couple of months is terrific. I love the activity and everything that goes on.
I think it's a sense of community. We are a community, a multi-generational community, and we all know each other. We love each other most of the time, and we get along most of the time. And, this is an example of how we get together, and we don't always agree, but we do love each other.
But we always agree to meet on the porch.
Yes, we do.
Perhaps.
That's our favorite thing to do.
It is.
Time coming, seeming like we all been running, feeling like the Wild West gunning, listen to our elders shunning, all we see is faces, color, all the other races, other, why can't you just be my brother, we don't have to kill one another, all around the world, we are one, all around the world, we are one. So where did we all go wrong?
At Home on the Range. I'm really excited to be in Monteagle, Tennessee today with my friend Susan Alker. We're going to be talking about a really special place, Monteagle, Tennessee. We're 7 miles from Swanee, and how many miles from Chattanooga up the mountain? About 40 miles. So We are at the Monteagle Sunday School Assembly, and one of the fun things that happens are porch parties. And Susan is an expert at really fun drinks and really fun appetizers. So I've asked Susan to show me a couple of things that you do at porch parties. So what are we going to do?
Well, first we're going to talk about some simple syrups.
Okay.
Simple syrups are so easy and they give such a unique taste to different drinks.
Okay.
First you want to start with a cup of sugar.
Just white sugar.
White sugar.
Okay.
And a cup of water. And really it's just equal sugar and water. And I'm going to infuse it with lavender. And you want to use culinary lavender. You don't want to use fresh lavender because it will give any type of drink or anything that you're doing a little bit of a bitter taste.
Right.
So it's really important, and get it from Amazon, Whole Foods, all sorts of different places. We're going to just, because of its TV, we're going to boil this down until it's clear, and then we're going to let it cool. And once it cools down, you want to put it into a container. And I've just gotten these little containers at the dollar store of all places. And you can, once it's infused, you'll strain it, and then I use a funnel to put it into these little containers. And one thing you want to do is mark underneath the date.
Oh.
Because I'm getting older and I forget when I've done certain things.
So do they...
They'll stay in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks.
2 weeks, okay.
And they're perfectly fine, but after 2 weeks you want to throw them away.
And they call them syrups because they're thicker once you boil them.
They're thicker once you boil them. Mm-hmm. And you can infuse them with anything. I've done them with basil and a little bit of lemon. I've also done them with rosemary and some tarragon sometimes. They just make a really nice taste. I've also will put maybe like a little almond extract or vanilla extract.
So whatever's in your garden, perhaps.
Exactly. Just super easy. And when we're up here, we really don't, we're kind of away from the world.
Right.
We have the Piggly Wiggly.
Yes.
That's our big store. But generally, we have to go off the mountain for things. So we like to provision and bring things in from the big city. And so this is just one of those things that you can bring a unique taste to things. We have a garden here at the Assembly that everybody's welcome to use. So we make everything today in terms of all the herbs did come from our garden.
Awesome.
So in any case, let's go ahead and start making
What are we going to make?
We're going to make some mocktails, some mojitos. Mojitos are really popular right now.
Yes, they are.
First thing you want to do is get your container. I'm going to make blackberries first. So I'm just going to put a few blackberries, probably like about 5 in. That's about all you need. I'm going to put some mint leaves in. I'm not going to tear the mint leaves. I'm going to keep them whole. I don't want them shredded because you want them to kind of stay down at the bottom. You don't want them in your teeth.
Right. So you're not going to muddle them like some people.
I am going to muddle a little bit, but what I'm going to do is muddle just enough to get the raspberries smushed and to get the taste of the
flavor out a little bit.
Exactly.
Okay.
We just want like an essence.
That is brilliant. I never thought about mint in your teeth, but I guess it could happen.
It does happen.
Yeah, it does happen.
It does happen, and your good friends will tell you. So I just put about a tablespoon of simple syrup in here. I'm just kind of eyeballing it.
Just right in the glass.
Right in the glass. And then I put a little bit of lime juice. And that's basically, essentially, this is everything for a mojito.
So maybe about 2 teaspoons?
I put about a tablespoon in there. And then, since I'm not going to put rum in it, I put a little juice. You can use apple juice. You can use pineapple juice. This kind of just takes the taste of, gives you that little extra flavor.
Part of a good cook.
I just eyeball. Again, I use probably about 2 tablespoons of that. And then I don't have my muddler. So like we do in Monteagle, we just make do. And so I'm going to just smush around and
release those flavors.
Get those flavors going.
Syrup.
And then, like you would with a mojito, I'm going to finish it off with a little just club soda. And another thing you can do is, I'm just going to use plain club soda in this particular cocktail. But another thing you could do is use a flavored seltzer. The LaCroix company has all these wonderful grapefruit.
Yes, that's like the latest thing.
Exactly. And then you just want to finish it up with a little piece of lime on the corner.
Oh, Susan, that's lovely.
And then maybe just a little fresh piece of mint. And so that's just a fun.
That's a beautiful
drink.
It's
very refreshing. If you wanted it to be something different, you could. And then another thing, though, that's also fun, you can put the ice in it, are these wonderful new silicone ice. And I have them over there. They're just ice molds and just kind of makes a little splash. And I always like to do something very fun. I kind of feel like any party, anytime you entertain, you want to have a story starter.
Oh, yes. Tell us about story starters.
Well,
I love those.
When you greet somebody with a fabulous drink, it's the start of your story. It's the start of your evening. So having kind of a fun, pretty drink with or without any type of alcohol in it is a nice way to start and to hand to somebody.
Oh, I love that
And then
idea.
the second story starter, obviously, is the appetizers, but it's always nice to greet somebody with a fun little thing. So this always just people will start talking.
Tell me
It's just
about this
something fun.
mold just for a second.
They're silicone, and what you do is you keep them, I guess I'm going
Together.
to two together, and you just pour the water in, and then you freeze them, and then
Yes.
you literally break them apart. There'll be a little bit of water left over, and they just pop out, and they're perfect. They're perfectly round.
And where do you get these molds?
I've gotten these on Amazon, actually. Amazon Prime, in 2 days you could have them.
Oh, dear.
And then the other ones that
2
are
days.
fabulous are the big square ones. And they're just fun. They look good. So then the next one that you would do, we're going to take some raspberries. And I take about 6 raspberries, a little bit more. And then we're going to do our lime juice again.
Just the same amount? This is
Same
kind of-
amount, about a tablespoon. I don't want it too tart. My simple syrup. Now this simple syrup is just a plain sugar syrup, and I do about a tablespoon. I'm just eyeballing it, of course.
You
And
think
then
of
mint
fruits as
again.
being sweet, but sometimes they're a little tart.
They're a little tart, and the simple syrup brings it out. And if you put a little vanilla sometimes in it, it really brings out the flavors of the raspberries. This time of year is so nice. The raspberries, and especially the blackberries, are really sweet.
Yes.
So you do want to, before you make your drink, kind of test just to
Taste
see where
one.
you are.
Yes,
Right,
well,
because you don't want to
pretty
be
smart.
too bitter.
Yes.
And then just again, we're going to put a little bit, I'll just put my little round ice balls in here because they're fun.
They are fun.
And a little seltzer. And you could do, if you wanted to do, like there's a blackberry seltzer, you could just mix it up or just do plain to catch the flavor. And that's just a nice, refreshing drink. You could put some blueberries in it if you want it to make it just kind of pretty.
Oh, that is kind of pretty.
Put
That's
maybe a
lovely.
lemon wedge on it. So anyway, it's all about presentation. And the next thing, and of course, you can do the same with the blueberries. And blueberries right now are fabulous.
Oh,
They're
wonderful.
just wonderful, wonderful.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Find fun activities to do, like boating and biking, or camping and hiking, plus much more. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Get along down the road. We got a long, long way to go. Scared to live, scared to die. We ain't perfect, but we try. Get along while we can. Always give love the upper hand. Paint a wall, learn to dance. Call your mom, buy a boat, sing a song, make a friend. Can't we all get along?
So our next thing is going to be a lavender lemonade. And you could go through all the steps of the lemon juice and the water and the honey, but what I'm doing is just a frozen concentrate. Again, I like to keep it simple
Yes.
and easy because we're simple and easy here. We don't have a lot of, we just want it to be not too complex. So I've just used a frozen lemonade concentrate. This is about, I would say after it's been made, about 5 cups. And what I will add to it, or have already added to it, is a 1/4 cup of the simple syrup that I made with the lavender. So it has a nice lavender taste to it already. It doesn't change the color. Even though it's lavender and you boil it, it's still going to be kind of like a murky yellowish color. But to make it just kind of pop and make it pretty, and I hope this works, I'm going to put a little purple. I did a little blue and red food coloring in it. So let's see if this is hopefully not going to be in a blooper reel. It doesn't work.
But you know what? You could actually...
It's getting there. It's getting there. Hold on. Let me put a little bit more. Let's see. Now it might turn raspberry. Let's see. So we got some good stuff for your blooper reel.
Well, I love the idea of shortcuts and having the frozen lemonade instead of going through all the steps of lemonade.
Okay, so we don't have the pretty lavender color that we should have had. But in the real world, if you have a little red, you could add a little bit of red and it would make a really pretty purple color. And so what I would do is I would serve this with ice.
Oh, I love you're using a glass that's really a jar.
Mm-hmm. Mason jar.
That's a wonderful presentation. You can get those up here on the mountain at Fred's.
And it did come from Fred's. And then, in a perfect world, my now blue lavender lemonade, I would pour it in. And it's a shame it didn't work out because it really is a pretty presentation. And I would always just put a little bit of lemon in there. And then a sprig of the fresh rosemary because it just gives it a little pretty
even
color.
though it doesn't have the lavender color, it still has the lavender flavor.
It does.
As soon as you taste it, you'll know that it's really something special.
Well, and the nice thing about this is that lavender, and now it has this wonderful lavender taste to it, this is a wonderful thing for a headache. So it's a nice thing to even keep in your refrigerator. If you're like going through it, it's soothing, it's good for anxiety. If you go to most spas, they use lavender as a relaxation. The aroma just makes it very calm.
Lotions, oils.
Exactly.
Now lemonade.
Now lemonade.
Okay.
And unfortunately, it's not the pretty lavender color we thought it would be. But it's pretty, and it's refreshing, and it's delicious, and it's easy, easy, easy. If you wanted to do a different version of it, you could put a little Prosecco in it to make it just a little bit bubbly. Or you can even also put a little soda water in it to make it a little bubbly.
So these are mocktails.
These are mocktails.
So they have no alcohol in them.
No, because it's just refreshing. Everything doesn't have to be an alcohol drink.
True.
It just, it can be simple and refreshing. If you wanted to add, you could. But again, it's all about making a nice presentation and welcoming invitation to your home.
Yes.
And to start conversation.
Yes.
And I think that if you add the little touches, like a little piece of lavender, lemon, fruit, people always seem to, it's very easy. And it looks like you went to an extra step. And it's super easy. And you just kind of plan a little bit ahead.
Yes.
And
have those ingredients on hand.
It all works.
And it doesn't take long.
It all works. And another nice flavor for this is a little basil. Basil and lemon just have a really, really lovely taste together.
Wow.
Yep. So our next is going to be a red, white, and blue. Here in Monteagle, the 4th of July is almost as important as Christmas. So I'm going to make a drink. It's going to be a layered drink. And this drink works because of sugar content. So the first ingredient is going to be a little cranapple juice. And it's very high in sugar. So therefore, it's really going to kind of lay at the bottom.
Ah, so it's heavier.
It's heavier, a little bit more. Then, after that, and it's important to do the steps. So first you put the cranapple.
Have to go in the right order in order to get the
And then we're going to
product.
put a lot of ice in there.
So you could use any of these special shapes, but this is wonderful.
I think it would be cute if you could find, I have seen them star-shaped. For the 4th of July, if you could find some star-shaped molds, that would be kind of cute. All right, so then the next flavor we're going to do is the white. And we're going to use Diet 7-Up.
Okay. So
you could use like a low-cal Gatorade.
Ah, we're getting our stripes.
And then,
so that's the blue.
This is the red, white, and here's the blue.
A Gatorade. Wow. Everybody's going to be serving this next 4th of July.
And you can do this in a big dispenser.
Ah.
And it will just be fine. And then you put a straw on it, and then you put some blueberries on the top and some raspberries in it.
Oh,
you have
Susan,
a nice, cute little patriotic
that is a nice,
drink.
cute little
And it's
patriotic.
refreshing too. And except for the bottom, it's pretty low-cal.
Except for the bottom part.
Except for the bottom part.
Those are so much fun.
Thank you.
And I love the story starter.
Well, it's
portion
important to
of
have
it?
a story starter, and and just the thing that-
Conversation starter.
Well, and the thing that people need to remember is people just want to be included in things, and they like to be invited to things. And the thing I've always loved about Monteagle is that we have such a great fellowship here, either young, old, families, and people just love to sit on a porch. So this is a wonderful way to start, maybe in making a fabulous memory of an evening.
Well, I hope that you all will stay with us, because in a few minutes you're going to show us a few simple appetizers to add to that porch party, some more story starters,
yes,
and just some easy way to have parties, because sometimes we think it's too hard. There's too many steps, or it's just too complicated to have a party. But you're going to
and
show
we
us an
just
easy
did all
way.
these steps very quickly. They're all everything we can get here anywhere.
At the Piggly
very
Wiggly.
simple. The nice thing about the simple syrups is that it does take a little bit of time, but it's not that hard. It's really just melting the sugar in the water and whatever flavor, and it adds such a nice taste to things.
It makes
really
you look
does.
really special and important.
It does.
Susan, thank you so much for being with us today on At Home on the
it's
Range.
my pleasure.
We have learned a lot of things, and I think people are scared sometimes to entertain because they are scared of this whole process of just getting the food on the table.
Well,
But we've
people
made it
just
easy.
want to be invited. That's all.
Just
People just
come.
really want to be. It doesn't matter how big your house is or perfect. I mean, people just want to be. Some of my best times are on a little teeny porch on a rocking chair with somebody. They just
Love
want to
it.
be.
So come up to the Monteagle Sunday School Assembly and join us for a porch party. Thank you for joining us today at Home on the Range. We've had so much fun being on location. All of our recipes are going to be available on eplustv6.com, so check it out and have your own porch party. See you next time.
Time and time again, you know, when I'm doing street magic, I'll walk up to someone and I can just see that they're against me, right? They don't want to be amazed. They don't want this experience to happen. But then the magic happens.
Can we be there?
And all of that falls away.
Time. I know that some will say,
Come on, man.
matters a little bit.
Done. I believe in magic.
It's the experience of waking up and seeing things the way you saw them before they became ordinary.
I needed to try.
That's the goal. I'm looking for that experience of wonder.
Never get old.
Another summer day has come and gone away from Paris or Rome, but I wanna go home. Oh, I miss you, you know. Let me go home. It'll all be alright. I'll be home tonight. I'm coming back home.